The next question, the member for Beaches, East York.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The dream of home ownership in Ontario, the dream of home ownership in Ontario is no longer a dream for young people and families. It has become a nightmare under this government. Speaker, they claim they are the government of yes. To quote the government members in this House, the Minister of Housing, we're trying to end NIMBYism. The member from Brampton North, NIMBYism is one of the most dangerous forces in our politics today. The former Minister of Housing, we've gone past NIMBYism. I think we've now in bananaism. Build absolutely nothing anywhere near anyone. But as we found out, they are the government of no, not in my backyard. And build absolutely nothing near anyone, anywhere.
Question.
My question is, when did this government decide to make like a banana and split on building housing for the people of Ontario?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
Oh, Speaker. It's true. Where do you start with a question like that, Mr. Speaker? So let's get this straight. So the Liberal leader who takes one position one day, another position the next day, one position one day, another position the next day. It's like one of those weather vanes in a hurricane. You never know which way they're going. You know what the reality is? We made the decision to work with our municipal partners, and you know what they told us? The number one obstacle to building homes? The number one obstacle to building homes is the infrastructure deficit that was left behind by the previous Liberal government. They said that because of the infrastructure deficit, there's not enough sewer and water in the ground to build millions of homes, and that is why Liberals advocate for policies that will build hundreds of homes. Well, we want to build millions of homes, Mr. Speaker, and we are not ashamed to work with our partners to put infrastructure in the ground to build millions of homes so that everybody can have the dream of home ownership.
A supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Why doesn't this government talk about my track record on housing? Because it's better than theirs and they know it. I am MPP Yimby. The people of Beaches East York put me here to represent them because they know I can get it done. Meanwhile, the Premier and the head of Provincial Housing Supply Action Team are dead set against gentle density that will help Ontario get on track with the housing crisis. They are losing out on crucial federal funding because they refuse to be bold and lead the charge on allowing fourplexes. The legacy of the government will be one of NIMBYism. But it's not too late to change course. You can even borrow the Ontario Liberal Housing Bill. We've done the work for you. Start with fourplexes and start now.
Order. Question.
Speaker, my question is, when will this government actually get the shovels in the ground instead of leaving them on the shelf in home hardware?
Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing.
If I was to borrow Bonnie Crombie's housing plan, Mr. Speaker, I would have the massive record that she had as the mayor of Mississauga, right? The one we saw? The population of Mississauga actually decreased when the population of the province was exploding. In fact, in her last months in office, she had a massive start of 12 homes in her community. So thank you very much. I don't think this caucus here wants to borrow anything from that small group of individuals over there who for 15 years stood in the way of building homes. And you know who agrees with me? Is the former Liberal cabinet minister who testified at one of our hearings and said that the crisis started under the Liberal watch, Mr. Speaker. So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to put infrastructure in the ground, and I'm going to make sure that we build millions of homes instead of the hundreds that they would like to build.